Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 86 of Direwolf20's Age of Engineering series, where we are continuing to make lots and lots of iridium. That's pretty much what we're working on. I decided to move my Ultimate Hybrid solar panel inside and hook it up directly to the molecular transformer, simply because this guy was filling up with EU, and we were basically kind of wasting a little bit of power. It was pretty borderline, but totally was happening. I also turned back on my mass fab because we were getting to the point where we were getting kind of low on EU matter. Kinda low. Not terribly low. I mean, we still got like 3 buckets worth, but I did convert a lot of EU matter, as you can see, into iridium ore. So how are we for iridium right now? Not terrible. We've got 114 iridium right now, just chilling in there. And you're just filling back up with... Once this guy's internal buffer fills, this guy should run a little bit quicker, because he's going to basically be getting a steady 2048 plus... It's weird. It always says 2048 no matter what's on the UI here, but it's totally accepting of more. So he should get a steady 2048 plus the 512 right about now-ish, I would think. Maybe. I don't know. Seems like it's going a little faster. I can't tell. Long story short, we're making iridium and iridium and iridium. So how much more iridium do we need for the 24 fusion coils that we're going to need here? 45 more iridium ore. So basically, that's what we need to get this thing rolling. Everything else is ready except for the iridium. 45 more iridium. And nichrome heating coils, we're going to need a few of those. But those are, I remember, like, not terrible to make. Like, you get them pretty easily. It's in the rolling machine, right? So we could probably even knock those out real quick. Also, you might notice a bunch of syringes in my inventory. Hooray! Let me tell you guys. Alright, wolf, easy. Took me about a minute. Snow golem, just made a snow golem. Easy, took me about a minute. Mushroom, remember, mushrooms have a crafting recipe, that is the soul vial for mushrooms, right? So you get a soul vial of cow surrounded by mycelium, you've got a mushroom. And then you spawn them in the world and you syringe them up. Bat! Took maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Zombie pigman, no problem. Iron golem, easy, crafted. Guardian, flew around for a little bit in the world and found a place where guardian spawned. That was cool. Ocelot. Enderman was easy. Ocelot. Literally spent over an hour flying around in the overworld looking for a jungle. Like, not even kidding. If I pop over to the old base here, you will see what I'm talking about. I can just bring up the map, and you can see my exploits as I flew all around the world, flying everywhere. Everywhere. I'm not even kidding about everywhere. Hey, there's where the water temple was, by the way. Flying everywhere. This is only like some of my exploits. I flew all around the world, as you can see. And when you fly like really fast with Draconic, it's cool, but also like took a while for chunks to load and everything. All around the world. I could probably spend the entire episode twirling around the map, but finally found a jungle biome. Nice. And that's where we hung out. And I found an ocelot after about 20 minutes of looking. Whew, ocelots are rare. Why would you do that to me? It's painful. But long story short, we are cool. Hey, look, lasers. I was like, man, that's neat. What are you guys running? Oh, right down here. Nice. Lasers are cool. I like lasers. They are neat. So, hey, guess what that means? It means that I can craft a peaceful upgrade. Except that I need to put them, I think, in the right order. So shift-clicking them in, because they're all the same item, the shift-click doesn't always behave. So it's villager golem, enderman, snowman, right? So villager golem... Golem, iron golem, enderman, snowman. This will get easier. Bat, ocelot, guardian. Bat, ocelot, guardian, wolf, pig, zombie, mushroom. Wolf, mushroom, pig, zombie. Peace essence. Hooray! We've got it. That was not easy at all to do. But I guess if I had to do it again, now that I know where a jungle biome is, it's not terrible. So how's my progress coming along? We are so close to being able to make a dimensional builder. It's not even funny. between episodes, I crafted the Draconic Flux Capacitor. That was easy. Ambrosia's no problem. Let's work on HDPE sheets today, because that's going to require an enrichment chamber, which HDPC pellets, so we're going to need another PRC. That's kind of where I'm going to focus my energy today. And then, depending on how long that takes, I don't think it will take too long. We might just wind up chilling and waiting for off-camera time for some iridium to show up, which probably will take about like an hour, I'm thinking. Just like at this point, we're just waiting for all the EU production here in our IC2 room. This stuff, right? So we basically want all these iron ingots to turn into iridium. It's gonna take a while. That's all there is to it. Nothing you can do about that. But it should be fine. So that's what we'll kind of let happen. So with that said, let's get a PRC going. So we're gonna want to get this mechanism thing up and running. So HDPE pellets come from substrate with oxygen and liquid ethylene in a PRC, which is the pressurized reaction chamber. So can I get one of those? Cool. Pressurized reaction chamber. So we're going to want 2 basic tanks. 1, 2. We're going to want a couple circuits and an enriched oil and an enrichment chamber, which is going to require a steel casing and some basic circuits. 1 steel casing, please. Cool. And then we should be able to get a reaction chamber out of that guy. Pretty much that's what we're going to need. You know what else I need is a few of these. Probably just 1, but why not, right? So reaction chamber, enrichment chamber, cool. Still waiting for the steel casing, it would appear. You are making what? Stainless steel ingots are scheduled. Currently crafting a steel ingot. Cool. So I guess that won't be too long. Nice. Alright, so that's the stainless steel ingots. And then they should be done right about now. Crafting those guys up. Beautiful. Steel casing, ready to roll. And then you can make the pressurized reaction chamber. Nice. So let's bring that downstairs into our mechanism room. We'll do this in the basement down here, because I'm not entirely sure how this is all going to work. So we should have lots of substrates, right? Like lots and lots? Yeah, we have like a stupid amount of substrate. So that's cool. We'll stick this area over here. Now the other thing we're going to need to get this going, if we want to get HDPE pellets, we need liquid ethylene, which is made in a condenser with ethylene. Now I'm pretty sure we're producing ethylene, right? Isn't that what we're like creating power with? Yeah, we are totally making ethylene. Nice. So that's good news. What is using up all my power right now, by the way? I guess all the processing of stuff. Cool. So I might be able to tap and borrow some of this ethylene, which we're already producing right here, which is pretty fully automated, right? Cool. So if I tapped into this line, right, we could borrow some of the ethylene that's being produced, and that should work out just fine. Cool. So let's get that. So substrates, make that. So we're going to want a rotary condensator. Condensator. Why? So tablet, tank, and gas tank. Tablet, tank from mechanism, and gas tank. Basic fluid tank, basic gas tank, rotary condensator, rotary thing. Give me a little glass. Should really at some point just get the Cobbleworks up and running so we always have glass on hand. It's kind of shenanigans that I haven't done that yet. Blame Dyer. So if we wanted to, right, probably the best way to do this would stick this guy. Let's see, what do we got? You're kind of there. You're kind of in my way, kind of, depending on where I'd want to put this. What else do we need with this stuff? For HDPE pellets, what was the other gas? Oxygen. Cool. So oxygen, we're using hydrogen here, and we're probably voiding oxygen. Remember a long time ago where I said I want to have an oxygen tank because I'm going to need it eventually? Planning ahead. So that's cool. So we've got that up and running. So that's actually good. We've got oxygen ready to go into this thing. So we could probably just stick this in this general area here. Is this a solar panel out here running this? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, cool. Beautiful. So I'm just trying to figure out how to wire this in a way that's less ugly than it currently is, because we have to kind of tap into this guy. Oh well, let's just get our mechanism stuff. So, mech. We've got universal cable for power. We've got, this is basic. I want the elite one. Yeah. Pressurized tube for gases, and that's probably it. Capable of transferring fluids. I don't know if we'll need that, but we definitely want the gases one. Because what we're going to do is tap this dude into here. Probably want to run gas like... Yeah, this wiring's not going to be gorgeous, but it'll work. So basically we'll want... So first off, we want the rotary condensator. Let's get that going. And then what we'll probably do... So we'll get the rotary condensator. Condensating, that's what we want. Sure. Elite universal cables. Let's get you running to here. So that should give you power. And then for the gas line, and let's get our mechanism doohickey so we can do this properly. The wrench guy. Put him in energy gases mode. I guess you can't accept on any side, can you? Maybe here? Hey, yeah, ethylene's going in. Beautiful. So you should condentrate some liquid ethylene for us. Now, hopefully... So let's see... You don't really have like a side configurator thing going on here. But I'm hoping that the output will go here, and it'll happen automatically. Are you getting liquid ethylene out the side? So that would be awesome if you did. How do we get some liquid ethylene out there? Basic mechanical pipe. Need some steel plates, stainless steel plates. Let's just get 4. It'll take a minute to make. So we've got liquid ethylene going in there, which is cool. Hey, we can put upgrades in. Supported, energy, muffling, speed. So the standard suite. I don't know if we need energy, or muffling or speed, because it seems pretty quiet. And it seems to be fast enough. Really, this guy's our limiter. Can I throw upgrades in you, Mr. PRC? Totally can. Let's get some speed upgrades. And let's get some energy upgrades. Cool. I guess you're crafting things? Yeah, making more glass. No big deal. Sweet. Speed, energies. So let's get you faster. So that'll pretty much produce ethylene a little bit quicker for us. Now our energy might start to drop a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry too much about that, because I can always tap it into this line if I need to. But once we throw the... Oh, we just did energy first. Alright, so that's speed. Cool, so now you lose less energy, and that should be all good. Nice. Now we're talking. Beautiful. And if we need to speed up any other machines down here, we totally will. Nice. Alright, so that should rapidly increase the speed at which we get ethylene, including the speed at which we get ethylene over here. Now, if we needed to, we could increase this speed too, but we'll get to that point. Mechanisms pipes, are you done with mechanical pipe crafting yet? Thank you. So, out the back. Out the top. Alright, how do I get liquid out of here? Because there's clearly liquid in there. Energy, heat, fluids. Like, there's got to be a side where fluid can come out, right? Because ethylene, I'm pretty sure, is a fluid. It's liquid ethylene. Please don't tell me it's the bottom. Do I have a magnet on me? Please don't tell me it's the bottom. Alright, I've tried all the sides now. How do you get liquid ethylene out of this thing? Hey. Okay. Now that's just comedy. So you won't auto-input. Okay. So maybe it's the side. Hold on. Let's try putting it this way. Are you going to accept liquid ethylene now? Maybe you're sided. That might be the thing. Hold on. Okay. I thought it was that side, but then when it wasn't working... Alright, cool. So for fluids, we're going to want the left side to be fluid yellow. Liquid ethylene should be in the left tank anyway, so that should kind of be right. But maybe he doesn't... I wonder if there's an auto-import option. There's eject, right? But I don't know if there's auto-import. So we might need a mechanical pipe between them. And then we'll set you to... Now we're talking. Liquid ethylene. Cool. Alright, so then we just need some more Elite Universal Cable to give you guys both power. So I guess we have to have the pipe in between them. Either that or I just don't know this mod well enough. Either of those things are probable and very likely to be true. I bet you are having some struggles with biofuel at the moment. Yes, you are. So you need some speed upgrades, Mr. Crusher. And some energy upgrades as well. So we increased the speed at which we're using biofuel, but we didn't increase the speed at which we're producing biofuel. Which makes, you know, perfect sense as to why that became a slowdown. And I had a feeling it would. So we'll get energy upgrades in there too. And that will help with our energy issues. Nice. So that should definitely help. And then, of course, we'll eventually have a backlog of ethylene. Okay, so now that you're there, let's get those... What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this oxygen tank. So what is this? Advanced gas tank? So let's make a new one, and we're going to swap it for now. Oh, wrong thing. IC2 mechanism run. So we want a regular basic gas tank upgraded to an advanced gas tank. I feel like that's totally doable. What's the next tier? Ah, it should be enough for now. I don't suppose it's nice enough that I can just like, yeah, okay. So I'm just going to pick you up and pop you down. And you should be filling up with oxygen now, and that's good. And then if it turns out that we need to do more with this, we totally will. And then for you, would you be nice enough to output on the left side? And you, side config for gases on the right is gas, dark red. Cool, oxygen came in. Perfect. Now the last bit that we need to do here, you've got some channels available. So let's get an export bus. And an import bus. And some cables. And we'll just run this line. That should be plenty. Right, because you've got 20 channels available. So we'll just run this straight down here. And we'll probably just want to do... Let's do config for items. On the top can be input, and on the back will be output, right? So then we want to do import and export bus. Export, import. Cable that up. It's a mechanism item that we have a ton of. It should be easy to find. Hey, I said easy to find. Substrate. Export bus that? Nice. So you're export busing. We're going to want a muffling upgrade on this thing. ×4. I don't know if we need speed upgrades on it, but that should be pretty cool. I like it. Now, I don't know how many HDPE pellet things we need, but it's at least automated now, right? So that's neat. So if we want our builder, our dimension builder, we need an HDPE sheet, which is just that. So like that's it. Like we're done with HDPE at this point. So what I'll probably do is like turn this off. But we have the ability to craft them now, so we'll craft a bunch of HDPE substrate things, and that'll be available for future use if we ever need more of them. I don't know what that might be necessary for at some point. I don't know if there's like anything in particularly useful. Looks like there's some plastic stuff. And then there's HDPE rods, which can make plastics, which can make... Yeah, so I don't know if we need a lot of those at some point. We may. Maybe there's some other recipe I just didn't notice. But we needed to do that anyway, so it's cool. Let's pop over to IC2 room. How are you doing? Really slow. So I think we're going to come back in a few minutes once we've gotten more iridium. All right, so I'm working on this thing. I think the next thing I want to work on while I'm waiting is the Fusion Reactor itself. So that's just going to be 6 energy flow conduits and another fusion coil, of course. So that means we're going to really in total need 25 fusion coils. But I should be able to kick one off now, and that shouldn't be too bad to get going. Cool. Just to confirm, right, like, all my recipes here should be the mechanism ones, right? Yeah, looks pretty straightforward. Yeah, looks like it's going to roll. We'll see if it works. Hopefully it does. I haven't tested half those recipes since I've moved my base, to be honest with you. And obviously we're going to have a little bit of stuttering power going on because a lot of my power is getting dumped straight into the iridium production. But long story short, this guy is cooking up the nichrome heating coils we need, which is going nicely for the fusion coils. Now for a fusion reactor, we want energy flow circuits times 6. I think I taught you how to make those. Cool, I did. That requires a bit of iridium as well, but only 8, so not too bad. And then we're going to want 2 energy crystals to go along with it. So at least we can get the fusion reactor built, and what I'd like to do is at least start mapping out where it's going to live. Ideally in the basement of this room? No, way too big. How about the basement of this room? I could totally live in here. This would be fine, actually. So the fusion generator could be in here? Because this one already has power coming over from our IC2 room, right? So we could totally drop the fusion generator in here, and that would be cool. So you're working on emerald dust, which is cruising right along, and for the fusion coil. So fusion coil is actually working. Cool. Nice. And then you're going to need beryllium cells, so crafting 3, scheduled 3. Just make sure that that's working. IC2 room. I assume that's happening in one of these? Yeah, I think it is working. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just power is a problem there. Mostly because, like I said, we're killing our power with this thing. So IC2 power is a little bit low right now. I did throw my HV solar back outside because the internal buffer cleared out on my MFSU. But once this thing finishes up, we should be cool. So at least while we're waiting for more iridium, which at this point, we're back to needing some more than we had already. So if I want 24 of you right now, we're going to need 41 more iridium. So we used a little bit of iridium there, but it's not the end of the world. But I should, if you're done now, be able to make a fusion reactor. Sweet. And we better get a wrench from Tech Reborn, because we don't want to be picking this thing up and losing all that stuff. So we do need power to like put energy into the reactor to get things running. So we want to keep that in mind. But let's kind of pick out a nice spot for this guy. Now I think... So that's what the reactor is going to look like. It doesn't look terrible. I kind of think it looks nice centered in the room there. So let's turn you off for a minute and fix our derpiness with the chisel blocks that happens. So that's kind of cool. So I think that's a good spot for it. So the fusion reactor can chill there. And as you can see, we're going to need 24 fusion coils all around it. Not the end of the world. Totally doable once we get a little bit more iridium, which I'm going to go back to just sitting around and waiting for iridium at this point, because it's literally just waiting for this to process. I've looked into many other ways to get iridium. You can get iridium, by the way, there is like one other way to get iridium, but it's not straight iridium, it's iridium ingots. So you can get iridium ingots from iridium dust. So you can smelt iridium dust, And there is a way to get iridium dust through these. But you can't turn iridium dust back into iridium this stuff. You can only turn it into iridium ingots, which is kind of a bummer. There's really no way that I know of to convert the iridium dust into this stuff. So basically you can get iridium ingots, but most of what I need for the fusion reactor is iridium itself, not so much iridium ingots. I think it needs a few iridium ingots, 24 of them. So if I went through the process of getting iridium bees, which honestly probably wouldn't be too bad, because we already have apocalyptic, so all we need to do is get golden, which we already have imperial, so we need a metallic. We already have fiendish, so we need obsidian. And I'm sure we have steadfast in the system from somewhere. And hardened princesses, and Rockies are pretty common if I don't already have them. Do I have Rocky? Pretty sure I've found at least 1 or 2 Rocky hives. Yeah, at least one I found. So, and then steadfast, we've got a few of them. So technically I could get iridium bees, but if I'm being honest, it's not going to help all that much. So I'm probably not going to bother getting iridium bees. So anyway, we will be back in a minute. So I decided in my impatience to kick off the auto crafting of another high voltage solar. It costs like around 5,000 iron. So, I mean, and there's lots of metal forming, and it just takes a little while to make. But I figured I'd throw that guy on top of this to help just speed things up again. Hey, there we go. Long period of time later, that's done. So I'm going to stick that right there. Hopefully you're going to, yeah, kick on. Nice. That's cool. So that's another HV solar. Just doing what we can do to keep this iridium train rolling. How are we on fusion reactors? Let's see. If we wanted to get 24, we are short by 36 iridium. We have a long way to go, dudes. Long way. I'm going to ask for like half of them now, just so we can kick off. So that's going to be 12. It'll take a little bit. But, like, you know, I'm just, at this point, just waiting for iridium. I don't think there's really anything I can do to speed it up, short of, like, really ramping up the production. I turned off, again, completely, my mass fab, just to, because it's just, energy-wise, it's more efficient to go with this. So, I guess we will be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, I think, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap up the episode here, because, I mean, all that's going to happen is I'm going to be able to finish, like, the crafting of the fusion reactor, and then we'll have to come back next episode to make the whole thing and start everything up anyway. So we'll spend next episode getting the fusion reactor up and running. So by next episode, I will have the last of the iridium that I need. I'll just leave this world running for like hours until the iridium's done, because that's all I'm really doing right now, is just waiting on iridium. And then we'll come back next time. We will place down the 24 fusion reactors that we need around that central fusion reactor block, and we'll see how to get the things we need. So technically at this point, that's all we're waiting for, right? If we took a look at the piece full guy and shift click, well, I mean, it's being silly, but yeah, there you go. All right, so everything's there except for the helium plasma cell. What's the only way to make it is a fusion reactor, and we're going to need helium-3 cells and deuterium cells, which I don't remember being hard to get. Like helium-3, we might even have some, right? Helium-3. So we've got some helium-3 cells, nice, and deuterium cell comes from just hydrogen cells in an industrial centrifuge, right? And do we have hydrogen cell? We do. We have a stupid amount, right? So I could just throw that into an industrial centrifuge right now, and it should be fine. So that's cool. I think empty cells need to go in here. Is that what is missing in the industrial centrifuge? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have to do something about piping empty cells into this dude. Maybe an item conduit or something. Yeah. That was just a thing that we missed, I guess. So we'll set you on the south to extract and you on the east to insert, and that should be cool. And then you should, yeah, perfect. Okay, so wrapping up point, Darwell 20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will, like I said, come back next time and get all this stuff running. But for now, take it easy.